So welcome back guys to another video, and today we're taking a look at Castlevania Adventure Rebirth, released for the Nintendo Wii in 2009. But before we dive into this review, let's explore some history and unique circumstances surrounding this game. Castlevania Adventure Rebirth is part of a legacy brought to us by Konami. You might recall that Konami resurrected two of its beloved franchises, Gradius and Contra, with some WiiWare titles. It's only fitting that we would extend the same treatment to the iconic Castlevania series, but don't let the title fool you. This game actually shares very little with the original 1989 release on the Game Boy, Castlevania The Adventure. Besides a few nods like the Flaming Whip upgrade, it's practically a new adventure. So the burning question is, how does this modern take on the classic series stack up against its predecessors? Let's find out. In regards to level design and challenge, it really harkens back to the traditional level design rather than the Metroidvania style we would see in later entries. You'll traverse stages, encounter foes, collect keys, face bosses, and explore optional paths requiring you to sacrifice your special sub-weapon to carry these keys. I think this is a strategic trade-off, especially later on in the more challenging levels. This optional path offers sweet rewards to treat those hardcore fans. The game has 3 different difficulty options as well as controller options. You have your normal, easy, normal, hard difficulty modes, but the controller scheme is pretty interesting because you can either use the Wii remote, you can use the classic controller, you can use the Wii remote with the nunchuck, or even a GameCube controller. I absolutely love the fact that you have this many options with this kind of game, and you can also remap the buttons as well. Castlevania Adventure Rebirth maintains a level 2 or just above the 16-bit releases. A broader color palette really allows more detail and variation, but it still fits snugly with that Super Nintendo aesthetic. The parallax scrolling adds depth to the stages and featuring a diverse environment inspired by earlier games. Character animation is solid, and the bosses are visually impressive. Castlevania Adventure Rebirth may not break new grounds in terms of originality, but it masterfully combines the best elements of classic entries to a satisfying experience. With 6 lengthy stages, challenging boss fights, and optional paths, I think it's a platforming adventure, both diverse and enjoyable. Now let's talk about the music. It's a symphony of nostalgia. The game really does remix a lot of tunes from the 8-bit to 16-bit era of games, including the legendary Vampire Killer. But surprisingly, there's no music from Castlevania Adventure, but there's surprisingly a lot of nice deep cuts. I mean, there's songs from Bloodlines, there's even songs from the Castlevania arcade game. And the soundtrack just has that classic Konami feel. From the challenging platforming to the iconic music, and at the time it was around 1,000 Wii points, which is essentially $9.99 USD. I would say this is a very polished WiiWare game. Unfortunately, it is no longer available to download because Nintendo shut down the Wii downloadable services and online services back in 2019. But fear not, thanks to emulation, you can unearth this buried treasure and experience the timeless charm. For fans of classic Castlevania and platforming enthusiasts, this is a journey worth embarking on. But anyway folks, what do you think about Castlevania Adventure Rebirth? Have you played it? Leave a comment below, I'd love to hear some of your thoughts and opinions, and is this something you would want to play during the spooky season? As always guys, I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, but also hit that bell for notifications so you're notified on all future content that comes out on this channel. As always, thank you for watching, thanks for subscribing, and as always, happy gaming.